there you go. It's not as eventful as last time when Luis was like, hit the record button as I recorded, so, yeah.
Hey, only this time I'm reading something. Well, I just finished reading, so, yeah.
Woo! Yeah, let's just get the show on the road. Let's start it quick like
Tyler,
we did last
commence a
time.
dubstep.
No.
Good, because I'm not really into dubstep. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Shifty podcast. I'm Luis, aka SpartanSloth, and today we have...
It's your boy, Jim Servac.
And Tyler. It's weird, you know, just the three of us.
Why is it weird?
Because
I was about to say, man, I feel like this is weird.
Because to me, you two are usually like the hosts, and I'm the editor. And it's like, oh, good.
I think I've hosted one podcast, maybe two.
Oh, okay. Well, I see Luis as the host, and Jim as the secondary, very quick to correct the host. You know,
I'm the money man. I got to keep us accountable for all the financing and the legal services that are required in our various countries. So
yeah, we're the real deal. I mean, we're wearing suits
professional
and all that.
Yeah, it's getting scary that in 3 podcast time, I would have edited 100 episodes for you guys. Fucking hell!
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nice job, Tyler.
I guess you're kind of important.
Thank you.
Well, instead of humble bragging, should we bring up the topics that we now publicly post on Twitter to keep us
all of them, or
tracked?
just one at a time?
One at a time, fuck it.
Sure. So, I want to talk about, it's part of the topics, but what I'm pretty interested in knowing what's up with it is the Rooster Rumble, which last time I checked was in the third, the third round.
Yep.
It's about to be.
Yeah. But I think you know a little better what Rooster Rumble is, Tyler. Would you like to explain the audience?
Yeah, I've been trying to watch all the matches, but that's very difficult to do at the moment. I've been trying to backtrack and see what people have done, but most of them Twitch stream, or the footage is no longer there, so it's kind of irritating. But they get, I think it was 16 different communities from Rooster Teeth, and they set them against each other in either Halo or Worms or whatever else is in store. And so far, the team that I kind of jumped on the bandwagon with, Rooster Speak, is still in at the moment. I think they still have to play against Good Guy Gamers. I'm not too sure. I don't have the brackets in front of me.
The one they've got published on their most recent journal is Rooster Speak versus RT Florida, and if they win, then they will face the Good Guy Gamers.
Ah, that's it. Yeah. So, yeah, it's something that excites me because it's like, hey, tournaments, they're pretty fun. And seeing everyone come together like that and just fight it out is kind of interesting to watch. But, I'm really hoping they do something again like this, maybe next year, when this one's over, if they get round to finishing it, so we can maybe get involved. But
what's
I'm
sorry, I thought you were done. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm done. I was just like, it's going to be hard. We need to grow an actual community first,
I was going to ask, where can you actually watch them? Do they have them actually recorded so they can be watched after the fact?
Yeah, who was I watching the other day? I actually used the Shifty Key Twitter, not the Twitter account, the Shifty Key YouTube account to comment on it. I think it was, bollocks, I've not got their name up.
You're terrible at this.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
Good job, Tyler.
I was trying to load up Twitter earlier and it just didn't work. I can't record and do stuff on the internet.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah. I think it was RTNY versus Nerd Nest. Is it Nerd Nest? Does someone have the bracket open at least?
It is now.
Yeah, okay, what was that?
Yeah, RTNY versus Nerd Nest. Well, RT New York won, and they're going to play against RT Radio in round 3, which is
Yeah.
Minecraft and MOBAs.
Yeah, I watched their game of Worms, and that's on Nerd Nest's YouTube channel. And the first round ended pretty fucking funny. You know, like I may have passed out during the second round because I was incredibly tired while watching it. It was something I put on before going to bed. But the first round, I definitely recall something happened that really shouldn't have. It kind of swung the game a little bit. To be honest, if we were involved in that tournament, that would be something that I would do. You know, I would be the one that looks like he's about to sort everything out and then blow myself up or something, you know, especially in Worms.
Oh my god. Yeah, you would too. Or I would blow myself up in Worms, because we know how good I am at it.
I fucking suck at that game. It's pretty fun, but I fucking suck at it.
Hey, Louise, be quiet. We might be invited next time to, you know... Well,
I mean, I really do well at that game.
Yeah. We're the fucking
me.
No,
best
play
at
down your
Worms.
skills so they think you can beat you easier.
I am average at that game. You can either win or lose against me. Care to try?
It's turned into the grey aliens from Futurama.
Give you a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
And speaking of tournaments, I saw something the other day that reminded me of you, Tyler. Actually, that conversation of you jousting your brother for the bedroom rights. There was this woman in a car with a big fucking stick poking out of her driver's window, and it looked just like she was ready to joust someone. Like, it was so weird, and it had something.
Was it pointed forward?
Yes, it was pointed forward. Like,
interesting.
She could very easily hurt someone with that in an accident. Man, the only thing that was lacking is if she had painted the stick like they do in the medieval movies, because holy shit, it was so fucking funny. I couldn't stop laughing.
I mean, why is the first question that comes into my head first. And the second question
it was a really generic stick.
Yeah,
so does the first
what?
question come into your head first and the second question come into your head second?
Kind of like that, sometimes.
Okay, just want to make sure I wasn't confused on your meaning.
I was thorough with my explanation. Thorough. I'm British, if you couldn't tell. Christ. I can always be proud of the fact that Jim has said on the podcast somewhere that I'm like the least British person he knew, like the most American British person he knew. And
you are.
And then suddenly...
You're the most American Brit that I've ever heard of, and God bless you for it, sir, but man, you got to work on that accent.
Yeah, and then occasionally, like, a word will pop out, and suddenly you'll be reminded about how British I actually am.
Like furrow, when you're trying to say thorough.
And can't, you know, it's...
Hey, Tyler, say croutons.
Croutons. What?
You're British.
Fuck you.
There was nothing weird about you saying croutons. And neither, what was it you said, can't or can't? Yeah, I mean, both of those are...
Can't.
Yeah, those are both pretty common, although there's a very American thing to say, especially here in the South when you hear can't. It's like people trying to say ain't, but with a C in front of it.
Yeah.
Not taint.
I've noticed the American-isms from you guys. Well, I say you guys. Luis is Brazilian.
I am Brazilian.
So I'm getting it from Jim.
Think about your next words very carefully.
I keep on saying reckon a lot more, and I reckon it's because I hang around Jim too much.
Too much.
Too much.
I'm learning you, boy.
You're going to be learning good. I'm going to teach you how to words.
Should I start speaking Portuguese so you can learn something then?
Hey, I know
Porque
enough
eu posso fazer
Portuguese.
isso. Ninguém vai entender, mas eu posso.
I know enough Portuguese. I can sing a good portion of...
Oh, go fuck yourself. Don't sing that.
And I also know how to say tudo bem, and that's about it. That's all I need.
Good. I thought you were going to sing that dreadful song. But before speaking of songs, I got reminded of another
Segue.
topic. But hold on. Do make sure you check out the Rooster Rumble thingy. Where can you find it, Tyler? Twitch?
Well, I would say find it on Twitter, because there seems to be like a home base where Rooster Rumble kind of link everyone together, but each separate community is kind of responsible for posting up the videos of the rounds, if you know what I mean. I don't think all of them have actually been recorded. It's just something that's happened. Someone's witnessed it, and it's like, yeah, we lost. You know.
We'll put the linkers on the linkers. What the?
Yeah.
The links on the
linkers.
Shitter.
Yeah.
Them linkers.
That sounds like a.
Use your blinkers. I mean your linkers. Damn it.
It sounds like a really out of date insult. You linkers and you link.
goddamn
You linkers and you're linking.
Go back to Hyrule. God damn it.
Oh god. All right.
Let's stop.
It is a really fun idea, and hey, hopefully maybe next time we can be there. Like I said, I'm really average at Worms and pretty much every other game.
Hey, look, I'm looking for like next year, or if they do a second one, because it sounds like a lot of organizing for Night Shift versus fucking Rooster Speak. Yeah, that would be harsh and difficult, and I would not know what team to be in, because both the groups will be very close to my heart.
Harsh and difficult, Bow. All right, so for some reason we had. Oh yeah, right. The music and things. Point is, motherfucking RWBY Volume 3 soundtrack is out.
Yeah. It had
Yippee.
It had number 1 on the iTunes albums chart. For like,
Already?
Get wrecked.
I don't think it was there for long, but it was there certainly long enough for everybody to get a screenshot of it and put it on Twitter. But
That's awesome.
That's all that matters. You can say that at some point we were at the top of the charts. Or they were, I guess. Rooster Teeth could say that.
They're still in the top 10. As this is being recorded, they're still in the top 10. Keep in mind, people, this gets released a week later. So they might be anywhere now, but I'm hoping they're still in the top 10, because they kind of deserved it with this album. I liked it.
So I got a question. Have you got the album already or not?
Oh, fuck yeah. Like,
right.
Definitely, man.
Is the intro song for Volume 3 longer than what they show in the intro or not?
Yes, and it has a guitar solo.
Yes, because the guitar in that song is just, oh man.
It's really good. Have you guys listened to it, or got it, or somehow listened to the songs on it without buying it? I don't know where I was going with that.
Not yet.
I'm not implying that you may have pirated it. But
hey, you know,
there are
sometimes
YouTube.
stuff
It is
on
up on YouTube.
Stuff on the radio and stuff, or Spotify.
I will say, like, what Jim was about to say there, like, most of the album is already on YouTube. Like, it just, like, as soon as it got released.
It's just one, the one I saw of it earlier this week, it was just basically, it's just one long track, so it's not, like, delineated into individual songs, so once you start listening to it, just play straight through all the way.
Yeah, there's something that people do with some albums that they change the pace a little bit. Tyler will probably explain this better with words, but it's like they either make it a little slower or a little faster. They can claim that, oh, this isn't pirating, it's sort of a parody thingy, I guess. At least that was one excuse I
parody.
saw once.
Well,
I don't know how legit that would take, but
the main reason why they do that really is to try to avoid getting content ID'd, because that entire system is automated. It just has to link up the sounds. So, say if one of our videos has the RWBY soundtrack playing, if YouTube's robotic automated system can hear it, it would just shut down the video. Well, it will content ID us and possibly give us a strike and stuff. So what they do, the whole pitch shifting for and slowing down and stuff, is to try to not get caught. Yeah, it's dodgy. I fucking hate it. But talking about the RWBY album again, there were 2 songs on there that really shocked me. Like,
Meat Spin?
I don't think Jeff Williams put time into a song called Meat Spin.
I don't think that's a song either.
Blake Spin?
See, that's a song I would listen to. But
I mean,
you spin my cat right round, right.
It's just
it's not where I went with that when you said Blake Spin.
That's definitely not where I went with that either.
Hey guys, I said cat. Get it?
Yes, we got it.
She's saying that the vagina's spinning around, right? Like pussy, like vagina. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Just break
Moving
it down
on.
for everybody in case there's
really
somebody's running in first gear.
My brain hurts when I do these things with you. But yeah,
I'm not the only one.
I guess shocked isn't the proper word to use. I guess surprised is the better word to use, because you kind of expect the opening theme to be on the album, the credits theme, and any theme you hear during the fights to be there. But there was one track that I did not foresee coming at all, which was Not Fall in Love With You, which I believe plays for like 10 to 20 seconds in the background, really muffled in the actual show. It's when Team Sun wins, and it's got Sun and Neptune dancing about in the middle of the Colosseum like idiots. Like, they extended
So the
that song.
effectively made a cameo.
Like, the song is not there for long. You can barely hear it. And let me say, it's like my second favourite song on that album. And it's not in the show for nearly as long. Like, it deserved more screen time.
And there's over 30 songs, right?
Yeah, but it's like 10 of them are like songs with Casey Lee Williams doing the vocals and Jeff Williams doing the vocals and stuff. The rest of them are like the instrumentals, which I enjoyed as well, because I produce music. So I have to listen in on that shit, see how they do it.
I can say for sure they probably use hands. That's as far as I'll go.
And the second song that surprised me was they normally fit in a remix on like the previous volume soundtracks. They had remixes done by James Landino. It's either Landino or Landino. And I really enjoyed this remix, which is a surprise because on the previous volumes, I didn't like his remixes that much. That may sound like a bad thing, but it's just he remixed the opening themes. So when you do that, they're the most familiar tracks to everyone that's bought that album. So when you change it up, it sounds weird naturally. But yeah, with this volume, he changed up It's My Turn, and it worked really, really well. I enjoyed that one.
I haven't listened to Volume 3 yet, so shame on me. But in Volume 2, there was one of the remixes that I liked a lot. The I Burn remix. I actually liked a whole lot.
Oh yeah.
But that was Volume 1,
that one.
sorry, not Volume 2.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the remixes that he done was like yeah, they were literally fuck, I can never remember the opening titles names, you know. But yeah, that's what they were, the title screen ones. Whatever.
Hang on, I just closed my music app. Hang on.
This will be the day, and there's a point where it is. I could sing you the fucking song. Now it's time to say goodbye.
Time to say goodbye is
that's it.
Volume 2, and that, yeah.
I can't believe I didn't know the name to that.
And the other one, it's red like roses, right? I don't know if that's
the third
name.
one.
Yes.
I'm terrible with the opening names. Don't
Maybe
ask me.
red's like roses. I guess that's the first sentence. Oh well. I'm sure someone will correct us, or we will find out soon.
I'm sure some angry RWBY fan will
I'm
be
sure
like,
of that as well.
Yeah. They'll be like, you guys know nothing about RWBY.
That's a true statement.
And I'll have to direct them to the Rooster Speak trivia night that I won.
We also don't really know much about physics. At least I don't.
Well, that makes one of us.
Somehow relevant. Trust me.
It's kind of relevant, maybe.
Physics is always relevant.
I mean, to make this recording and stuff possible, yeah.
You sitting on your lazy ass as a result of physics.
Yes, it is.
You're sitting on your ass, but at the same time, your chair is sitting on your ass. Wait, what?
Yeah, wait, what?
I'm lost.
I'm glad you find it funny, Luis.
Someone's got to.
Somebody's got to.
Oh, physics.
God, we can throw each other under the bus this episode, because we know none of us can take it seriously.
Well, that depends on the injuries. I mean, internal bleeding is a serious stuff.
It's been 118 podcasts of people throwing other people under the buses.
Oh yeah, but I'm being literal.
I mean, do you have a bus?
No. It's not in a barn hidden somewhere.
If you do have a bus, I will happily hold you under the bus.
Yes, we will throw you under it.
No way.
No. I will hold him under the bus. I'm not going to throw him. I'm going to hold him there. And you can drive. How about that, Tyler?
But, let me get this straight. By hold me, you mean, tie me in a rope and throw me in front of the train? Or hold me as in that scene in Titanic with Jack and Rose? That would be a little weird.
Luis,
I wouldn't feel comfortable with that.
Luis, don't kink shame. There's nothing wrong with tying you down in front of a bus.
Kink shame. I haven't heard kink shame.
And speaking of RWBY, Jimmy, you mentioned something earlier that actually surprised me because I didn't know it was already on Steam. But the RWBY game got an update, right?
Yeah, Grimacus.
Yeah, it did. I don't think it's the actual final release.
Oh.
But it did get an update. I can double check it real quick.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if they had released it yet.
I very nearly got it yesterday. But then I actually got distracted and bought the album instead. So it's funny how that happens.
It's still a win.
I mean, yeah, still money towards Rooster Teeth. I mean, it found its way.
Yeah, I'm thinking about picking it up as soon as I can maybe find some time to play it.
One thing that put me off a little bit on
God,
that game,
coffee all over myself.
Good job.
Sorry,
congratulations, mate.
I'm gonna sort that out. I'll be 1 second.
Sure, man. Dumbass. So Jim, you have played the game already, I assume, right?
No, I haven't. I haven't bought it yet. I just watched the videos for it online. It is still an early access game right now.
Got it. Yeah, one thing that put me off a little bit on that game is that the release trailer or the teaser or whatever, one of the trailers they made for it, it said as if it were a good thing, MOBA like leveling. I don't like MOBAs. I fucking hate MOBAs. So I'm not sure what that means yet. I'm still waiting for someone to explain it to me before I actually put some money into it because
I feel like this game, and I mean, it's based off the way it looks, and this is just from the announcement trailer and not having actually watched any real gameplay for it. I could see this being a MOBA-like game, but it's almost like it's against AI, which kind of pits it more in my mind as just a general hack and slash style game.
Hey, I'm up for that.
I played a demo and it felt a lot like a hack and slash or a beat 'em up of sorts. Although beat 'em up is usually a side scroller, but the whole MOBA thingy here. I don't know if they meant by it that each level you can buy the same upgrades, like you have to do that. It's not permanent upgrading. If that's the case, I'm fine, but
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like every game you start, you kind of start at like kind of like ground zero, and then you level up as you play through at that session. And I don't know if it's going to be on a per level basis or what. I mean, we're not the people to talk about this, seeing that none of us have played it. So shot in the dark guesses here as to what that means. But I could see how it would be if you get a party together and y'all play through. You start basically at like level 1, and I guess that's to kind of tie in with the feel of the show, where when they start out, they've all got some abilities, but none of them are yet like the masters of their craft that they become later. So I wonder if it's kind of like a way of moving through the story in a similar fashion, where you start at ground zero and then you level up to boss status, but you just relive it every time you play it to start a new session.
Yeah. By the way, just a heads up, if we all get that game, I'm Blake. You guys can be whoever else, whoever else you fucking want to be,
Why
but
am I
I'm
not
Blake.
surprised?
Shocking.
Just saying. Hands off.
Not only Tyler get to feed his fetish for Asian-looking women, he also feeds his fetish for cat girls.
I mean, it's perfect, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, I was about to say, it's like a buy one, get one kind of thing. Like, I bought one fetish and I got another fetish for free.
Hey, don't fetish shame here.
I'll fetish shame when you bet I won.
It's going to add shame at the end of anything I say.
Hey, this is America. I mean, the internet.
Yeah.
Right, this is the internet, son.
Yeah, with Grimaclips, I definitely want to get it just so I can play alongside, like, other people in the podcast and stuff to see how far we can get before we start.
I'll play alongside your mom, but whoops.
Holy shit, Jim.
Fucking burn. Damn, Jim. Damn.
Jim is on point today.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I got the feeling we'll have like a situation where we'll get to a certain point and then we'll fuck each other up, Like,
hey, Tyler, come on.
Especially the admins. Well, of course we will. We will get to like a hard boss, and then someone would just fucking just wreck us somehow. I don't know who it would possibly be, but it might be me. It might be Luis, or it might be me. Either way,
I am really average at that game, even though I haven't played it.
I'm telling you,
I
can
imagine,
average.
even though she's not an admin, Gaff would fuck us all over.
Well, she's like a hack and slash aficionado. Like, she's played so much Dynasty Warriors that she would probably complete Grimaclips within the hour.
She bleeds Dynasty Warriors.
Oh god, I mean, we used to play Dynasty Warriors, but we used to talk on Skype while playing Dynasty Warriors, like in the same campaign, because you can't really play it online, not with like the super early ones. And it was like, playing alongside each other, seeing who can complete the levels quicker.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She is too good at that game. Like, that being said, I was also a noob, but like, I remember a lot of events happening in Dynasty Warriors' things that shocked me and her and my own gaming ability at the same time. Like, some really poor performances from me.
But to be honest, I am pretty sure that Gav could fuck us up in real life too.
With her hypothetical gang?
Yeah, which may or may not exist.
Gang?
She's got a hypothetical motorbike gang.
She ain't got nothing.
Jim, lock your doors, man.
She's got a gang.
I ain't afraid. She can come down here to the south. She knows where I live. No, she doesn't. She knows about where I live. She comes to visit her grandma, which is like two hours away.
She knows the general area.
Yeah, right. I mean, there are some biker gangs that come through Myrtle Beach, though. I will give her that. So.
First say was it Myrtle Beach?
Myrtle.
Straight out of Myrtle.
Straight out of Compton. Yeah.
Straight out of Myrtle.
I reckon you don't know where Myrtle is.
Reckon you ain't from around these parts, boy.
Clicking 3 bottles together. Warriors. What were we talking about before fucking shenanigans ensued?
RWBY and James.
Oh yeah, we were saying that like if we had Gaff on the team, say if it was us and Gaff playing RWBY's Grim Eclipse. I got the feeling if it's one of those games that we have to complete together to continue the levels, she would be waiting for our asses like every single level. She'd be like, done. Me, you, and Jim just going to be stuck at the beginning trying to figure out how to move.
I haven't played a hack and slash in so long. I think I played the demo for Hyrule Warriors a couple of years back, and that was the last thing I played since like God of War 2. That was hack and slash.
That's something for the private cast. If you can get me and Gaff to talk about Dynasty Warriors, we can get that going for 2 hours or something.
Oh Lord!
No one
If
would
y'all
watch
want
it, but we would.
But if that's something you're interested in, let us know in the comments.
And we could record it and then just hang on to it until they announce the next Dynasty Warrior game, and then release it like a week before the new game comes out.
We'll use the
there's
game's
another
hype.
one. There's always another one.
So
Well, when's it coming out then, Tyler?
God knows at the moment, but it's like whenever a next sequel comes out, it's like
Is it
number
a yearly
5.
release cycle?
It's like 5, then 5 Empires, and then 6, which was shit, and then Empires, and then 7, and then Empires. It works on a
So
thing.
wow,
the
that is
Dynasty
so British,
Warriors
talking about
has-
empires all the time.
Yeah, it's almost like a conspiracy.
So Dynasty Warriors has a release cycle that's like the same as iPhones, where they have like a new number and then they just add S to the end of it. So it's like Dynasty Warriors number and then Dynasty Warriors number Empire.
That being said, the Empire games are slightly different. Like, it's not just the same rehashed game. There's different mechanics to it, but it is almost like clockwork. It's not even funny. But yeah, we need to maybe keep this for another podcast when me and Gaff are here, just so we can bore you about Dynasty Warriors. Just saying.
Sounds great.
She can correct me on it a lot quicker than you guys can.
Sounds like that'll never happen.
Yeah, we will see. I'm going to bring Gaff on the podcast and just be like, right, so Dynasty Warriors, yeah? That's it. Everything else you guys talk about is going to be worth jack shit at that point. You won't be able to stop us.
Save it for the private cast.
Or whatever podcast it ends up on. Night Shift. Yeah.
So they're like, my neighbor's dog is barking again, and it's driving me insane. So excuse me if I lose my train of thought sometimes, but you guys were discussing about the games, the Dynasty Warriors games that might come out at any point in time, which apparently it's like all the time. And that reminds me of something. Is the Achievement Hunters Theater mode out already, or are they going to start that soon?
Yes. It came out I want to say not yesterday, but a week from this past Friday, or a week from yesterday, which would be, I think when this podcast comes out, it'll be 2-3 Fridays prior to when this podcast actually gets released.
Oh,
I'm confused.
So, yeah, okay.
it's been out a while.
April 29th.
Yeah, that's better. I was about to say, explain it to me like I'm a child. Or just do that. Read out the date. That's better.
Without the pretending part, right? Pretend like I'm a child without the pretending.
Hey,
Ooh,
that's
fucking got him
mean.
again.
But I can say that I still got a youthful side. I don't know if that's a burn or
I'm
not.
not sure if I
but
want to joke about that, Tyler. You should get that checked out.
A youthful side is literally like one half of your body is still young, still a child, and the other half of your body's 23.
Oh, youthful. Okay, goddamn your accent, dude. I thought you were saying youthful, like Y-U-F-F-L-E. I was like, what the fuck is a youthful? I was about to Google that.
I will also say, in addition to having a British accent, I have been trying to avoid a cold for the past week, which has failed significantly. So yeah, I am a little bit bunged up. So if any words come out like shit, it's because of that as well.
Yeah, but again, if you're aging differently all over your body, like, get it checked out, dude.
It's
Like, top
it's
half and
really
bottom half?
just your voice.
Yeah, you should have done this recording like maybe 2 or 3 days ago when I had like a sore throat that just didn't allow me to talk at some points of the day.
Well, you see, we don't want to get sued by the UN for crimes against humanity, so we don't really force people to record with sore throats.
That's bullshit. I'm sure we've had someone on the podcast that was like...
Yeah, myself, for example.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, someone's been on this podcast. Like...
By the way, the UN court, pretty good.
Don't say
Pretty
that because
place.
NSAs are listening.
How would you know?
They're always listening.
Hey,
Always
Did
watching.
you go?
Sanders,
Did you
Sanders,
go there to avoid the Zika virus?
Always watching,
Man.
always judging.
Man, speaking
Also-
of the Zika virus, I have a great story for you.
That is not how you start another
I was about to
topic.
say, I feel like Zika virus and great story don't go hand in hand.
Well,
You know
trust
the
me,
Black
it will.
Plague? I got a great story. Let me
So,
tell you
here's
all
the
about
deal.
it.
Story about death.
Wait, should we finish talking about theater mode first? Because we haven't talked jack shit about it. But we'll go back to the whole Zika story.
I haven't watched because I'm saving it to watch without Dr. Sparks if that's what she wants to do.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever said whether she wanted to do that or not. So it's on hold for the time being. But the first episode, it looks like, is Thanksgiving, which is a horrible, horrible, horrible movie.
So
It's fucking hilarious
apparently
for all the wrong reasons.
the premise is that they will get some of the Achievement Hunter guys together to watch like pretty much the shittiest movies in existence, and which, to be honest, kind of gave me a bit of a reaction vibe. But then again, it's I don't know. But it might be entertaining because those guys are usually pretty fucking entertaining, and but it's just for sponsors, unfortunately. So
Well,
Hooray
you
for
I
know,
don't
paying
know
money.
much about it.
more material.
Yeah, I just said unfortunately because I don't have a sponsorship currently. So
Do you know how you can fix that, Luis?
buying a sponsorship, I would if the
Get a
dollar
job.
wasn't so fucking crazy here.
I was going to read out like the sponsor websites just so you can sign up and be like giving a cheesy, 80s-esque advert to them, But no, I think Jim had it better there. Get a job. That's how you get a sponsorship.
Get a job.
I do have a job, but the thing is,
Obviously,
we're in
it's a shitty job.
You've
We're in a
probably got a
fucking
better job than
recession
both
here,
of us at
man.
the moment,
Brazil's-
Jim.
Brazil is crashing
Turning tricks
down.
on the corner is not a job.
Don't kink shame. Don't trick shame either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tricks gotta make money too, man.
Tricks gotta make money too. That's
You
how you make
know
money,
that
man.
line?
It's for tricks.
That's my
We're
presidential
talking about like
campaign.
circus tricks, right? Like juggling, like aiming pinballs or bowling pins, right?
Yeah, totally.
Juggling balls.
I said pinballs, but I was thinking of bowling pins. Is what I was thinking of.
Oh,
mean-
right.
See the
I-
video of the guy who is juggling 3 Rubik's cubes, and as he juggles them, he's solving them.
What?
By Rubik's, do you mean the Rubik's Cube, or is that just an euphemism for vagina, or
What the fuck did I just say?
like that?
I
Well,
said
he
the
was solving
guy
the
juggling
cubes. That-
3 Rubik's
That can mean he was doing
cubes.
things.
I said cube. I said cube. Like, why would you say, do you mean Rubik's cubes, or do you mean whatever the fuck nonsense you were about to say
Rubik's
after that?
vaginas.
That would be...
Christ.
Many men out there would still have their virginity if that was the case. If they had to solve a Rubik's Cube to even have intercourse.
There'd be a lot more gay men in the world.
Hey, man. That is a great idea for a chastity belt.
Do you think?
It's a terrible
Do you-
idea.
Do you think if that was the case? If there are Rubik's vaginas, you would have to. That there would definitely be more gay men, but do you also think there'd be more gay women? Like, would women have a natural advantage to solving another woman's Rubik's?
No, because then probably there will be like Rubik's penises.
Look, I'm just saying there will be a shit ton more foreplay. But besides
If there are
that,
Rubik's penises, guys would be solving their own penises to me.
Oh, no, yeah.
how would that
I don't
even
know.
fucking
And
work?
my Rubik's is already unlocked, baby.
Like,
Ah.
just visualizing how that would work is actually disturbing me a little bit. So, should we?
All right,
move
so
on?
you get $1 million,
but
but every time you want to sleep with someone, you gotta solve a Rubik's Cube. Would you do it?
Does that count for masturbating?
Yes. Every time you gotta touch
no,
yourself
absolutely not.
or someone else, you have to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Look, Louise, I'm just saying, normally with things like that, I would normally say something like life's too short. But if a Rubik's Cube is the one thing getting in the way between me and my lady, I would put a lot of dedication into solving that motherfucking Rubik's Cube. I'm just saying. I would
There'd be a lot of Rubik's Cube champions in the world.
I would spend evenings practicing how to solve Rubik's Cubes. So it's like
we're saying this like there isn't like a set pattern for solving a Rubik's Cube inside of like 10 seconds. Like that's really like how long it takes
there is a quick way
to take your clothes off when you're struggling in the bed with each other. So I mean, it's really not like that big of a deal.
Someone didn't tell Luis that, and he's concerned. If this world comes to fruition, he may struggle.
I'll be right back.
Luis struggles with a
researching
lot.
Rubik's solutions. Carry on.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to solve a Rubik's Cube really quickly, it's the I don't know how you would say it, but it's the one furthest to the left and the one on the bottom. If you just keep on turning those over and over and over again, it will solve itself. There you go, problem solved.
Yeah, kind of like real sex. You turn the part on the left, and you turn the part on the part on the bottom, and
what are you having sex with?
A blow-up doll, clearly.
Metaphors, Jim. God damn it.
What metaphor
Sounds like you're
starts
making
with...
shit up again.
What metaphor for sex starts off with, we turn it to the left? It's like, what? Sorry?
Hey, Tyler, I'll use our own words against you. Don't kink shame, mate.
Don't kink shame? But turning to the left is not a kink.
I mean, unless you have like a really like bent penis. Like you have a penis that's bent very hard to the left.
Man, that would be a broken penis.
Don't shame him, bro.
There's a point in which it's
I'm
no
not
longer
penis
bent,
shaming
just
anybody.
kink.
I'm just saying it's a reality, and maybe some people have, a left hook going on.
I'm talking straight up right angles. Can unlock doors with them.
Oh, man.
I don't even know anymore. Let's just move on.
All right, so let's go back to the Zika. A great story about Zika. So here in Brazil,
Is that where we were at?
Yeah.
There's a city here in Brazil that they started releasing colored mosquitoes. The Aedes aegypti, which is a mosquito that spreads Zika, chikungunya, and dengue. They modified genetically a batch of those mosquitoes, and to identify them and to see how long they live, they made them in different colors. There's a pink one, a yellow one, a green one. Hold on. It's blue, orange, yellow. Oh, and it's yellow, not green, and pink. So
it doesn't matter what color they are getting slapped if they come anywhere near me.
Yeah, so here's the deal.
True statement.
They release these mosquitoes because the modification in their genes makes their offspring die earlier. So they can't get infected with the diseases, and so they can spread the diseases. And the only thing is they forgot to warn the population they were going to run this test. So people were freaking the fuck out because there were these mosquitoes that everyone knew were dangerous, but now they're fucking colorful. So it's this is a bad scenario, but colorful mosquitoes, worse scenario. Way worse.
I mean, they are right. They're being freaked out that someone's just let out genetically modified mosquitoes in your country and not told anybody about it. Being like, oh, we got this experiment that we've just let loose. I feel like they're in the rights to freak out.
Apparently the government knew. Like, the government knew about it, but the population
that's like some
didn't.
umbrella corporation shit right there.
Yeah,
it's the
like...
Brazilian government. I mean, come on.
Hey.
Burn!
So they ran a bunch of tests. I'm still like, I haven't read any official publication of this. So
So
maybe
it could
they
be
got
Wikipedia.
the whole natural impact thing covered, because like, these mosquitoes, they don't just exist for the hell of it. They don't just exist to make our lives miserable. They probably have an important function, an important job to do here. So
They got
I'm kind of
businesses to sort
worried
out.
I say I can't.
if they're all gone. But anyway, the thing is, so they pass on to their offspring this gene that kills them earlier. So they're doing that to try to control the population of mosquitoes, which has grown exponentially. So they're cutting them down pretty much. And but man, mm, that is very damn close to what you guys said, like an umbrella corporation thing. Like, I guess that's also how things start in Dead Rising, right? Some bees with the zombie virus are let loose. So
Something like that. I mean,
that's troublesome.
that is troublesome. But it's also fucking crazy, but I don't know anything about it. Like, other than what you've just explained to us, that shit's insane. Unless someone can direct me to anywhere where that makes any logical sense. It's one
Yeah,
of those
I'll try to find a link. But the thing is,
even though I was listening to it, like, my brain was trying not to believe that this is a thing.
it is really crazy, right? It's like straight out of a sci-fi movie or something. But according
This is
to
what they did in
Just
Jurassic
Fox
Park.
News.
according to the city hall of Piracicaba, which is the city they got released, setting these mosquitoes free already reduced in over 80% the quantity of larvae of the Aedes aegypti in a specific neighborhood where they got released. And weekly there will be 800,000 mosquitoes let loose in the region to try to control the not cool mosquitoes. By the way, these are being called good Aedes. In Portuguese, Aedes do bem, which makes it even funnier, but the translation doesn't sound as funny. So, good Aedes.
So, for all our Brazilian listeners out there, start investing into zombie defense security systems, mecha suits, guns, maybe, that are
Really
accurate
not
enough to hit
seeing the
gnats.
problem here. No, get flamethrowers. That'll do it. But
Oh, yeah.
we get those giant bug zap, like the lamp that has the electrified cage on the outside of it. We got plenty of those down here.
No, you need those, like, tennis racket things that have got the electrical wires that they band
Yeah,
over
that's
here.
what I'm talking about.
My God.
Oh,
Those
they got
things are
banned over there?
lethal.
What?
I'm pretty sure they banned them over here.
Yeah, that's
but
the idea.
it wasn't. I don't think it was because it was, like, inhumane or anything. It was because people were hitting each other with them. So
Good God.
it was like,
Really?
Fucking
well, no.
Brits.
I can't say if this is 100% true, but I do remember, like, some news story ages ago.
Get off my lawn or I'll throw my mosquito zapper at you!
Yeah, it was something like the Zapper was banned.
You what, mate?
I don't remember if it was,
I'll zap your fucking head in. I saw my mom.
but it was rumored that it was going to get. Guys, fuck you. I remember there was some places where they were mentioning banning it. I don't remember if it actually happened or not, so feel free to correct me in the comments. But I remember one of the first things that me and shortly afterwards my brother did when we found out we had one, because we come back from work or whatever, school or whatever we were doing at the time, and we found this zapper, and it was like, oh, cool. First thing I do is see how much it shocks my hand. I put my hand on it and I shock it. It's natural.
Dumbass.
My parents
No, it's
are like,
not.
my parents are like, why would you do that? And I'm like, because I have to see if it works. The very next thing my brother does is the exact same thing on his elbow. And I'm like,
Oh,
why
I'm
did you
curious.
get it against your elbow? Gotta see if it works. It's like, no shit, but, you know, damn. But yeah, like,
Man.
stupidity aside, yeah, I don't know if they're banned or not. That's a story about how stupid I am.
Tyler, I am glad you don't work with electricity poles.
Oh, good. I'm glad I don't as well.
I wonder if electricity is real.
I wonder what will happen if I put my finger against his current.
In
Shit.
fairness, when I was a kid, and on my family's farm, we had some goats, and they were, of course, hemmed in by electrical fence. So I decided I'd just give it a little grab, you know, and just to see how bad it was.
See, you need to know, right? It's something...
It was bad.
You need to know how bad it's going to be. Jim knows what I'm talking about here.
There is a certain part of the male brain that goes, I really need to experience this, even though it's really fucking stupid.
Especially when it's something that can shock you. Don't kink shame.
Especially when it's something that can shock you.
Jesus.
Oh man. So we're yeah. So to wrap this one up, I hope these people know what they're doing. They seem to know what they're doing, but you might start seeing a lot of mosquito-themed superheroes pop up in Brazil. So
I'm not
be on the
worried
lookout
about
for
it.
that.
I mean, down here in the south, I mean, I'm totally okay with having less friggin' mosquitoes. Like, we can genetically modify every mosquito in the world just to have fewer of the fucking things. Because as kind of a joke, we say the South Carolina state bird is the mosquito. So we have so many mosquitoes. But we also have these things. It makes me so mad when people kill them. They're called mosquito hawks, and we just call them skeeter hawks. And they're basically, they look like mosquitoes, but they're about 6 times as big, and they eat mosquitoes, and they're great. So
Like
if you
a
ever see
dragonfly?
a giant mosquito, no, they're not dragonflies, but if you ever see a giant mosquito, don't kill it. That's a mosquito hawk.
Yeah, they're the cool guys, you know.
Yeah, they don't bite people. They don't try to suck your blood. They just kill mosquitoes.
They might steal your girl, but they don't bite people.
I was about to say, they are basically what's the equivalent of wasps are to bees. Wasps or hornets are to bees. They don't do anything except kill mosquitoes. Just like hornets don't do anything except kill bees.
Huh. So, like, even though I am, believe it or not, terrified of spiders, it's like those skinny-legged spiders, you know, keep them
Granddaddy
around.
long legs.
Yeah, the long-legged ones, you know. Like, I will keep those around because they're cool and they also stop flies and shit getting everywhere.
Wait,
But
they
anything...
call you where?
Fuck you! But, yeah, it's like anything else that's got, like, slightly thicker legs than that can die pretty quickly. Like, if it's in my house, you know, you better find a quick exit because it's not going to stay in my house for long.
Yeah, that's pretty
Out of
much
this
my
house.
attitude. If it's an insect in my house, it's gonna die. So
Yeah.
that's not entirely true. I found a centipede the other day, and I was like, I can't kill it. I'll just let it outside.
Centipedes are cool. It's unfortunate that, you know, spiders are probably as lethal as centipedes over here. So, in other words, they can't do fuck all, but if they're scary looking,
I don't see the problem.
Yeah, they're going to get the
We
quick
have one of the
route.
most poisonous spiders in the world here in South Carolina. They're all over the North American continent. They're called a brown recluse, and basically when they
fuck.
bite you, if they don't kill you outright, they will turn that section of your body necrotic, and you generally have to get surgery and just have it removed.
Well, that's it, guys. I'm not going to RTX next year. You can go fuck yourself with your spiders and shit. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Are they
Hey,
common?
it's better than Australia. Australia has a region where the spiders will make basically what they're like
Sweden.
web parachutes, and they will catch drafts of wind and there's a city in Australia where they say that it rains spiders. So,
Oh,
God.
God.
There's some places on this planet that need Jesus, and that's one of them.
yeah, that place just needs to get wiped out by an asteroid.
The people need to get out of there just so we can Raccoon City that place.
Right, just nuke the whole
It's
thing.
raining spiders. Holy shit! It's raining.
Yeah.
It's like the end of the Alien movie. Just nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
I just sorry for the town. Not only am I sorry for our comments about like nuking your town, but also sorry for the fact that you've naturally got the shittest place to live if you're arachnophobic. You know, fuck. Oh, I just realised how late we are into this podcast. We've still got another topic that we haven't even brushed upon. Should we briefly kind of bring it up and get it over with?
Sure, I'll find a segue for it. Hey Jim, what is mobile suit? What mobile suit? Suit? Fuck.
Fuck's
Mobile
sake, man.
suit Gundam. Tyler, edit everything out. Edit
No,
me out.
that needs to stay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine skipping this topic just because there's nothing really like much to say about it.
Yeah,
Like if somebody had like, I'm gonna get somebody else in here to have like a conversation about it, I would, but I would just say just skip this one. We'll go like do
It's
something
an
else.
anime. You're welcome, audience. So,
wait.
questions?
One sec. Like, if anyone out there was waiting to hear about us talk about Mobile Suit Gundam, we may bring it up in the future if we have a podcaster that actually knows more about it. Wait a sec.
Because I don't know jack shit about anime, and
I know
Tyler's not familiarized with that one.
I know a certain someone you could possibly bring onto the podcast that might know something about Mobile Suit Gundam, and
All right.
we may be able to
Drum
bring
roll.
up Dynasty Warriors as a topic too. I believe Gaff
Oh, okay.
follows the series because I remember.
We'll have to work that out.
Yeah, I think me and her watched the G Gundam series. It's so hard to remember what the series title is. There's like so many different Gundams.
God,
out
G
there.
Gundam was like one of the worst Gundam series.
It was one of the first as well, so cut it some slack.
So, yeah, Gundam has been around for ages now, right? It's kind of like Power
Yeah.
Rangers. There are many iterations of it, but the
Yeah.
theme it's been around forever.
Yeah, it's came out
Shining Finger.
and oh my God, Shining Finger, shut up. It's the original
the sky.
Gundam show came out in 1979.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, G Gundam, the one that we were watching, I believe was 1994. So it's almost as old as me. That shit's crazy to think about. Damn.
And we all know that Tyler's really old. At least some parts of his apparently.
The left side is old. The other side
Youthful.
is youthful. My youthful side. God, that is creepy. Imagining like one half, like right and left. One half being old, the other half being young. Ugh.
You'd be like a shitty Benjamin Button.
Oh god, that would suck. And like
It's
the ages,
off-brand.
the ages are inverting. So like middle age is actually the most proportionate time for you. You only
So-
match it up.
With that mental image, let's go to the questions.
Yay!
Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Questions.
Whoop, whoop. So
Wow, we should have an echo.
no,
Yes.
I might have to add an echo there because you haven't said any of the questions because you're trying to vamp, aren't you? You're loading up the questions as we speak.
Vamping.
No.
He
I don't
totally
know what you're
vamped.
talking about.
He does the
Tyler.
He does the questions theme, and then there's 5 seconds of silence.
Shut up. I have a
Gee.
question here.
It's like
I just
2
haven't
minutes.
asked because you're yapping.
Yapping.
Sorry.
I've never been
So, can I
told
ask a
that I've
question
been
or
yapping.
not?
You've been jaw jacking again, boy.
I reckon you gotta stop your yapping.
And I
Jagging
will.
Talk back.
Don't talk about
So, this one was sent by Dr. Sparks, and she asked, for those of you who remember your grading system in school, how did your school system grade things? For example, A being the highest, B, C, D, F being the lowest, or a plus-minus system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not sure how this one works. Spark said.
Well, my answer's not going to clear anything up because in the UK we got like several different ways you can be graded. Like certain examinations, like certain examining bodies will give you different grades. So like you can either pass or get a merit or distinction. That's one of them. Or you've got the typical, E's. No, not E. It doesn't go to E, but it's like D. No, F, D, C, B, and A star. That's another one. Universities are even weirder, where it's like you can fail, get a third, get a 2.2, 2.1, and then a first, which is fucking hard to get. Straight out of uni, I know how hard that one is to get.
Chris motherfucker called Tyler.
Chris motherfucker. Yeah. So in the UK, I would not be able to clear it up because it fucking changed for me. Like while I was studying at secondary school, I think I was graded with like 3 different grading schemes at the time, so it was fucking confusing. So yay, I can't help with that one. What about you two?
I mean, we just have we have a pretty damn simple one over here. It's pretty well standardized. Where it's I mean, some parts of the countries have E's as well, but it's basically the A through F, and different areas, like different states. So the state's responsible for the public education system. It's not the federal government, unless they go with the Common Core curriculum, which is still implemented and administered by the state. They're just agreeing to teach what the federal government has mandated. But basically, the grading scale for me was a 100 to a 91 was an A, and 90 to 81 was a B. 80 to 71 was C, and then then after that it was just Fs. That's how it was until halfway through high school, and then they switched up our grading system, where, if I'm recalling it correctly, a 99 or 100 was an A+, and then 98 through 93 was an A, and then 92 through 90 was an A-, and basically they went down in that kind of fashion, except that they added D's, which was the low. You're just waiting on that, weren't you? Just waiting. Yeah. It's like a landmine, but basically that was, I think it was like 72 to 65, and then below 65 was an F. So they switched that up at some point. I think it was because South Carolina and Georgia like to fight for the worst education system in the United States as far as public education goes.
No, we're the worst. No, we're the worstest.
Yeah, we like to, trade off every year between 49th and 50th. So, I think that South Carolina had changed the grading scale to say that more students were passing high school.
So. Cheeky bastards. That's
genius. Well, they're, that happens.
Well, if you can't win by the rules, just cheat.
Like, there is this exam that some schools go through, a national exam, which is to evaluate the quality of the public education system. Some of the public universities go through that, and they have a separate one. But the ones for, like, middle school, high school, elementary school and all that, they also have their own. And some schools, they prepare the students just for that exam, So it's like the whole year you're studying for a big test, and you're supposed to do well on that one, which is, I think I've discussed plenty of times how the public education system in Brazil, other than the universities, is not really that good, but the universities are fucking awesome. So,
and expensive.
No, the public universities here are the ones that are fucking awesome, and they're not really expensive. I mean, they're free. You pay taxes, so.
Damn.
Yeah. Huh. Shout out to them.
That
But
doesn't
yeah, so
compute
grading
with me,
system.
but go ahead.
I'm sorry, what?
That doesn't compute with me. Like I've seen where a lot of at least it's just most of the time anything that is run by the government here is typically pretty much shit. So that when you're like, oh, they're we pay taxes and we all get to go to higher education systems and they're all great. It's like, so how are your like kindergarten through high school? How are they shit? But suddenly when you get into college, they're good.
Yeah, it's believe me, the irony is real, but like all the big scientific discoveries we have around here, and all of the well, most of the scientists we send, across the pond or to America and stuff, they usually are from these public universities. It is kind of weird that the elementary and high school and all that, they're not that good because they lack the resources and all that. But the public universities, for some reason, they're awesome. Like the they rank in like the South America and America as a whole, and they're in high ranks in the like worldwide ranks and stuff. So yeah, it's odd, but it happens. We do have some really fucking kick-ass public universities.
I can just imagine like TJ at the moment tearing his hair out at this because he's going through finals at the moment, I believe. So it's like the last thing he wants to be thinking about is like grades and marking schemes and all that educational stuff.
And I haven't talked about my grading system yet.
You haven't?
No, I
No,
was
he
just
hasn't.
saying how, yeah. So
he's just stroking his own ego over there about his country's somewhat half decent higher education system.
also my dick. Anyway, Jim, come on, don't use the word stroke. Yeah. So
Don't think shame.
for the university and high school time periods, they use points. If you get close to 10 or to 100 or to 5 if the test was worth 5 points, good for you. The higher your number, the better your grade. Things were really weird before high school, though, because at least the school I went to, I don't know about the other schools, but the school I went to, they used a system that was like, at first they started with PS and PI, which in Portuguese means progresso satisfatório, PS, and progresso insatisfatório, PI. It's satisfactory progress or uns- unsatisfactory or unsatisfactory, right?
It's unsatisfactory, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, and unsatisfactory progress, which is a PI. Then they decided to switch it up a little, and then there was like, man, I'm guessing here, but I think it was PSC, which was Progresso Satisfatório Total, to- total successful progress, pretty much, or there was a like PSI, which was progress, satisfactory progress, but insufficient or something. It was weird. Like they had, just to say fucking awful, bad, medium, good, very good, they had a bunch of weird letters that the kids just got lost at some point. So the teachers just had to say like, oh, this one is a really good one. Oh, okay, good. And this is a really bad one. Oh, shit. Yeah, letters.
Damn. Still don't get it, but yeah.
Yeah, trust me, we didn't get either. At least not much.
It's like the way I'm interpreting it. It's like you can get graded good and graded bad, and you've got a point system.
Yes.
Got it. That's all you need.
Ta-da! So, this next one is by TDBTyler. Who the fuck is this guy? And the question is, there's $1 million surrounded by reinforced security glass. How would you attempt to get through the glass?
Welding torch.
My own answer to this would be like, well, It depends on how close it is to like a store where you can buy like all the DIY equipment, like a home base or a B&Q or something, just so you can go, I need a pneumatic drill, or a sledgehammer wouldn't really work with it.
No,
yeah.
probably not. If this is the 3M glass that you're talking about,
Yeah.
that's like bulletproof and shockproof and all that kind of jazz. I mean, you're pretty much, you're gonna have to get a welding torch, or you might be able to get away with like a circular saw, but the circular saw is gonna be way heavier. So I would say go with the welding torch, because you can actually get through the glass quicker. Because the heat alone will cause the glass to melt, which, if it is in any way tempered, once you start getting it hot enough, you can put pressure on a single corner and then shatter the whole thing. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, in basketball, where the backboard that's glass, when somebody will slam dunk hard enough, it'll just shatter and then just fall out.
Mm-hmm.
That's tempered glass. Basically, if you put enough pressure on a single point, the whole thing just falls to pieces.
I forget the
physics.
Physics. There's something that is a workaround, I suppose, if you don't have that. What is the glass attached to? Because I'm sure that's not as reinforced as the glass is. And as long as I can get that $1 million, as long as I can get that $1 million home, I can work on the rest there.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, I was looking at the picture that you posted. How it's got that big metal post there.
I'm sure you can get through that.
Well, I think you can get to the glass quicker than you can get through the post, because the post is going to be, it can actually be like drilled into the ground on like a metal support beam, like an anchor, and that can be incredibly difficult to get through. I would rather spend the time getting through the glass. I mean, if it was me, my plan is go rent a truck, get a welding mask and protective gear, and get a welding torch, and then get like some poles that you can put up, and basically drape a non-transparent curtain around it, so people think maybe it's like a construction zone, and nobody's going to be really paying attention on the sidewalk, because it's just going to look like you have like a yellow truck with some cones out. People are going to be like, oh, that's something going on with construction. They'll just walk right by and not care. And so you can just sit there and cut open a hole big enough to stick your arm in, and then just scoop out, I mean, just if it's $3 million in there, just scoop out like $200,000. Like, you're going to be set for a while, and then you can pay off your truck, and you can return all your other gear, it's all rental stuff, and you can just leave. I mean, if it's on the sidewalk, like, I feel like, and especially if 3M's advertising that's like, hey, it's $3 million. If you think you can get it, come get it. And it's not a heist. That's a bounty.
It's just $1 million, Jim.
I thought it said 3 million.
No, there's $1 million.
Even then, if it's still $1 million, I mean, that's a lot of money. It's really worth it.
I personally would nuke the shit out of that. It's no longer about the money, it's about sending a message,
I was about to say, like, how are
you going to pay for the nuke?
That too. But, like,
if you vaporize the money you're going to use to pay for the nuke, how does that work?
I don't think you'll be worried about that.
I'm still working on the plan. Shut up.
The plan needs some refinement.
But the thing is, do you guys really think it was real money at glass?
I think it was. I mean, why not? No one took it.
Do they really trust their product that much?
Well, that's the whole point.
That is the real world, like, physical equivalent of the LifeLock guy. There's a guy here who founded the LifeLock Corporation who said that his method for protecting you against identity theft was so secure, he put his social security number on the side of a truck and then drove it around New York.
I was remember
like,
that
nobody
guy.
can get to my shit, and he was hacked in like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's what this is.
I got the feeling you fucking deserve that. Like, I understand, like, you want to put out that your product is so safe that there's no way you could be fucked over. I get it, but still, you do not put out personal information like that. And like, come on then, have a go. See if you can hack me. See if you can, use my accounts and stuff and start doing like a bunch of identity theft things. Use common sense, you idiot.
So that's how I feel about this 3M thing, where it's just like, I feel like if you're gonna put it out there, you want to lose that money. I mean, it's got to be insured anyway, right? So I mean, it's gonna be like, and this is another beauty of my plan, is that you're wearing a mask the whole time, and if you rent the truck using cash, there's no like paper trail, so you just
I got the feeling as well, if they're risking that amount of money.
Oh, it's insured.
Yeah, it's either insured, or they know you ain't getting it. Or they're going to make it so you can't get it. Like,
I was gonna say, they're probably going to make it really difficult. I would bet you...
The cops will show up in like 2
because they have
minutes.
the security... Yeah, I bet because they have the security cameras there, there probably was somebody sitting there watching it the whole time in case somebody came up with a very elaborate scheme. And
like
so,
your scheme.
if they found out that somebody was actually making it through the glass, they would have been like, go detain those people. And then they probably would have sent security. So the only way to stop them is to, in effect, have your own guns, and then you have a standoff in the middle of the city, and then the local police department gets involved, and nobody's getting the money then.
Yeah. Then it becomes a very sad story.
Just to be clear, I'm not going to use a nuke.
NSA, if you're listening.
NSA, okay, it's a joke.
Christ.
The NSA has
As
probably
for a
been
real
listening
plan-
to this podcast for a while, and they know that you're too stupid to actually use a nuke.
Or to actually get one. Hey, come on. Why am I agreeing with you?
Looking at our views recently.
Yeah, to get one or use one.
Looking
As for
at
a
our
real
views
plan,
recently, NSA's our biggest fan.
As for a real plan, Jim said that he would scoop out the money and leave something behind. I'll just, wait, and then I'll grab the rest.
I didn't say I was going to leave anything behind. I mean, I said I would take
Or
some of
I
it.
can drive
I wasn't
the
going to
truck.
leave anything.
I know how to drive, Jim.
Yeah, you
Wanna
can
share?
you can be. I say you can be my getaway driver, but you'll be the distraction driver. Is what you'll be. Like afterwards, I'll get in the truck with you, and then we'll drive like 2 blocks, and I'll get out, and I'll be like, I'll meet you down by the bay, and then the cops are going to arrest you, and they'll be like, "Where's the money?" And you'll be like, "I was with Jim," and then they'll never find me.
And they'll put you in a straitjacket.
All
and
right,
be like,
what's
"Get
my
the fuck out."
percentage?
Nothing. Nothing percent.
Did I get an ice cream?
No. You do get to drive a truck for
I'm
a little
dealing
while.
with Jim here, Tyler. I'm trying to make business, okay? Come on, man.
No, I'm ruining it for you.
He's just trying to make cake. Is that what you said?
Business. I'm trying to make business here. But yeah, do I get an
I'm
ice
not
cream at least?
sold.
I wonder how well the glass holds up against a truck going, like, as fast as it can down that road, just hitting straight into it.
Depends on how big the truck. You're talking about like a semi?
I'm talking about, like, a big motherfucking truck, you know?
Yeah, like a semi truck. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I would I'm gonna say not well. My money's on the truck.
I would pay to see what would happen, though. Like, and then I would also run towards the scene if I see the glass budge a little bit. But, yeah, like, I got the feeling the truck will lose, but I want to see the carnage that would happen.
Jesus, Tyler.
I mean, can you imagine that?
Animal.
It's crazy. It's like a small piece of... Well, it's not small, but it's just glass. Stopping a truck dead in its sights would be something to see.
Yeah, but
Unless
why
it's
did
like
you
that-
have to add the whole carnage thing? Come on, man.
I mean, we all love a bit of anarchy. Don't kink shame.
A little bit of anarchy.
And you guys look at me weird just because I was talking about sending a message to the... Damn it, dude.
Damn.
But hey, one
Damn,
more question and we
Daniel.
wrap this one up. We've been going for a while.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
Alright then. So,
The question for the audience: Who has the honors this time round?
Not it.
Well, Luis, if you leave it to me, you know it's going to be Blake related. So,
alright, I'll do it. So, question for
what's
the
your
audience.
favorite black-haired character in any
No,
anime?
shut up, Tyler. Shut the fuck up, Tyler.
As cat is.
Shut the fuck
So,
up.
if were to find a truck a blowtorch, and some cones, where would you go?
To Blake Belladonna's house? Ayo, he still made it relevant.
Tyler. Oh my god, that's great.
I was saying the exact same thing about Church and Luis. I was like, my God, can he not get any more creative?
I have no idea what I can ask. This is really hard. Why do we put our guests through this every week?
Alright, okay then, Luis. I'm gonna
Why
ask
don't we
the
decide
question.
ahead of time who's asking the goddamn
I
question?
don't know.
I've got one,
Because you're a
guys.
moron!
I've got one. Jesus Christ.
Please!
Can you guys out there, have you been able to solve a Rubik's Cube before sex?
Thank you.
Alright, so have you ever solved a Rubik's Cube? And did
Before
you have
sex.
help with it or not? Let us know in the comments.
Perfect.
Well then, so everyone, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to listen to the outro to find out how to interact with us. And until next week, go solve some Rubik's Cubes and, for sex or, I don't know.
Bye.
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 Break unbreakable glass.
Thanks for listening to the Shifty Key Podcast. The intro and outro music is provided to us by our editor, TDBTyler. To get more involved with the Shifty Key Podcast, you can answer the questions for the audience asked by our guests, or even ask the cast a question of your very own, either here in the YouTube comments or in our Rooster Teeth group. To keep updated with this channel's shenanigans, you can follow us on Twitter, join and watch our group on Rooster Teeth, or simply subscribe. All links will be in the description. Until next week, goodbye.
Break unbreakable glass?
Yes.
Row, fight the power? You could definitely fit in some rap lyrics around that.
I was about to say,
well.
what's Row Fight the Power from?
I do know
Some anime.
Oh,
Or it's a commercial for an anime.
Gurren Lagann.
I thought
Yes,
it was
you're
going
right.
to be like, row your boat, fight the power, or something.
Row your boat gently down the fucking break the glass.
Gently down the
Break the
fucking
glass.
politic system.
That's what we need. Nursery rhymes that just straight up turn into gangster raps halfway through.
It's like Tourette's nursery rhymes.
row your boat straight into the hood.
Straight to the hood.
Shoot some
Row
gangsters.
your boat. Shut the fuck up, Carl!
Row your boat, drive by row your boat.
No, I still think that's not going to get any better than row your boat straight into the hood. Oh my god. That is
But it's like
really...
Straight out
angry,
of
though.
Titanic.
That's why it's funny, because it's angry. It's like, row your boat straight into the glass.
Oh boy. That's an Easter egg right there. That's a good one.
I'm crying.
If only we come up with that earlier. Right, should I stop?
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Tit.